that Ackerman like defending.
I think it's like
People, deluded, I'm back again.
Come on, Ian, bro.
Come on, Ian, right? People, deluded, I'm back again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and of course, good night. Hope you're all having a great start to March. Please do me a favor, smash the like button, comment any opinions, turn on your notifications, and check out the other videos. I'm sure you see hyperlinks floating throughout this video. And yeah, there's plenty of videos that I'm sure you lot have missed, people. As usual, appreciative of you lot tuned in. Appreciate you lot tuned in for this video. Now, what can I say? Last night, 3 points, clean sheet, 4 goals. Lovely display from a lot of individuals. We start this month strong, building on the victories last month against Aston Villa and Leicester. We're at home. We put in a performance worthy of the home fans, and things just get better and better for Arsenal, innit? This is a season I never want to end, man, really, assuming it ends the way we want it to end, really and truly. But yeah, what can I say, man? We got revenge on Sean Dyche. You know, we didn't let them react after losing the previous week. They've got two L's on the spin. We've now got 3 wins now in a row, people, in the league. Obviously, now we enjoy Everton. We now need to focus on Bournemouth. Respectfully, we should be battering Bournemouth. I expect to see a somewhat similar scoreline. I think on reflection of the game, we managed the game well. We obviously scored the goals you need to score. And although, you know, I think despite the fact that it was one-way traffic, I think Saliba and Gabriel were perfect. Zinchenko, obviously, at left back, not necessarily defensively, not that he was bad, but going forward, amazing. Benjamin had a good game. You have to big up Aaron Ramsdale as well, because, you know, if we never got a clean sheet, rightly so, he should be livid. We did present some opportunities to Everton. Initially, in the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we probably could have tested Pickford a bit better. We did allow many chances, you know, on reflection, watching the game again. Mupe had a couple, you know, he had the first save where we've just let him shoot with his right foot against Ramsdale. He's tried to do some backheel thing. It didn't work. There was a couple of half chances that we gave away. Naturally, it's these sort of fine margins that we've got to look at to do better. I think we grew into the first half of the game. You know, first 20 minutes, we was a bit sleepy. After that, we got going. I'm proud of the boys because they scored. They kept a clean sheet. They got 3 points. There was interchange in movement. There was lovely teamwork, goals. Everybody was involved. Xhaka in particular was almost back to his best defensively and offensively. Martinelli off the ball, amazing. Saka, amazing. You know, Zinchenko ran the show. Watching the game again, Odegaard, big up Thomas Partey off the bench as well. Big up Eddie Nketiah because he's somewhat known as a fox in the box. His heat map kind of suggests that, but his assist is good and it shows he's adding a new layer to his game. And respectfully to everyone out there, you just can't wait till Smith Rowe is fully fit. You know, Jesus is in the fray. I know Nelson isn't in the matchday squad, but we're going to need every sort of player, people, in the 14, 13 games we have left in the league and however far we go in the Europa League. If we look at things from a tactical point of view, people, just reviewing the games and the goals and all of these sort of things, I love the first one because Zinchenko is involved in almost everything. Zinchenko is somewhat the nucleus. As we know, if Granit Xhaka, Zinchenko and Odegaard, even watching the game again, Odegaard's a bit like Ozil. Sometimes where you don't necessarily think he's involved, you watch the game again, especially in the second half, he's cooking things, people. Obviously, he got on the score sheet. On that, I'm happy that all our offensive players contributed. I know Trossard probably could have done better with his half volley. Looked disappointed to come off the bench, to come off the pitch, which I love to see. He got an assist, could have had a goal, but he got an assist. Eddie got an assist. Saka got a goal and an assist. Martinelli bagged 2. Odegaard got 1. So it's lovely to see our front 4 players mix and matching. It's obviously lovely to see Fabio Vieira, Tierney, and actually Partey get some minutes as well because we're going to need the squad. The first goal, I loved it. One thing I love about Zinchenko, I know people say he overdoes it and things, and yeah, he does at times. But if you had that technical ability, you would too. And I'm all for this, especially when we're playing a low block and a deep block unit. And like you saw in the first half, you know, Everton set up well, 4-5-1. They were limiting the space we could have. They were forcing our attacking players backwards. That's where, obviously, you know, the Odegaards and the Zinchenkos, they're kind of floaters. If we're going to disrupt their movement, that's what we've got to do. We had to be mature and not allow them to frustrate us. And I did think after the 20-minute mark, you saw great movement. I think Martinelli off the ball was very good. And I'm going ahead a bit, people, but you know, when he attacks that space in the first half, a couple of times he's attacking that space, probably could have done a lot better. But on reflection, the movement was good, even down to when Saka has actually bagged as well, which we're going to get onto. Primarily, it starts with Zinchenko. Zinchenko backs himself in all situations. As you can see, there was like 3-4 players around him. He said, "Forget all of that. I'm Zinchenko. I'm wavy. I was at City." He's done a little dribble thing. He's evaded everyone. If you remember correctly, people, he's found Martinelli, and then he's kind of gone out. Then he's kind of hugged his space. Eventually, it's ended up with Ben White, people. Ben White's giving it back to Zinchenko. Odegaard's actually moved wherever at this point. And if you can remember correctly, Martinelli's just ran to the right-hand side because Saka has gone inside, people. So, and Martinelli and Saka, again, it's not to scale, people, because this isn't exactly the same dimensions as the Emirates. But if Saka doesn't get it, Martinelli doesn't. What I liked is their thinking. Both of them have pulled into that space. You can see Martinelli begging Zinchenko to play that pass. Also, Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka's literally going, yeah. You know what? Zinchenko's got eyes in the back of his head, probably plays them passes in his sleep, really and truly, people. He's played a lovely pass. Saka's done what Saka does, in it, ball in the back of the net. The young man gets another goal. I was happy for that because there was interchange in movement and it was a lovely bit of play, if I'm completely honest with you. The second goal as well, I like it because we forced the error. Not every goal has to be glamorous. And obviously, pressing, high intensity, all of that jazz is what Mikel Arteta wants. And you could probably get extra, I don't know the number, but 4, 5, 6 goals a season by taking advantage of the opposition dilly-dallying. And there's, Gay's done well. He's actually finessed Odegaard for the ball. I don't know what's going through his mind that this moving him out the way. They're kind of disjointed at this moment. Gay's won the ball. I don't know what he saw. Maybe he saw Pretty Browning in the Emirates crowd and he wanted to get the number. I don't know what he was on. But if you remember rightly, Saka and Martinelli have picked his pocket together, people. One of them's going to get it. Obviously, Saka's won it. They've tried to jump in ahead. They've tried to say Martinelli's offside. Martinelli's put the ball in the back of the net. And what I would say to Martinelli, you need to watch Maradona videos when he scored Buki goals and he's celebrating. I know VAR in this day and age, you get away with it, but Martinelli a bit too honest. You need to celebrate and act like if you don't believe it's a goal, they're not. Because as we know, 1 minute these VAR lines are being drawn, the next minute they're not. But either way, we forced the error. We scored a second goal at a crucial period in the game at 2-0. We're laughing, really, and it's somewhat our reward for kind of waking up in the last 25 minutes of the first half. So it's 2-0, we're laughing. As we know, 2-0 is a dangerous lead. We need to come out in the second half on violence, really. Partey came on. Partey's like the safety net, the handbrake of the team, and you could see the confidence that kind of gave. I know Mikel Arteta post-game said Jorginho wasn't feeling well and things. Big up Jorginho because he's done well. But we then started to manage the game. I think, to be honest, on reflection, Everton's heads dropped and they were resigned to defeat at 1/2-0. And when you do that, you're obviously going to, you can't do that around the Emirates, really and truly. We're not the team for that. It's also lovely that, while a weakness of us, while we've shown we can break down low blocks, breaking down low blocks consistently is probably something we can aspire to. But at the end of the day, we've scored 4 goals against the Sean Dyche side. We know what Sean Dyche is about. 4-5-1, first and second balls. You saw the time wasting from Pickford, knocking it into the channels, trying to win the second balls. The only opportunities they had in the game is the ones we kind of presented. And I think I'm even gassing it. Like, we kind of gave them half chances. Like I said, towards the end of the game, Ramsdale's made some saves. In the first half, Mupé had a couple of low-level half chances, people. But we've done what we've needed to do. This is what you need to do in the Premier League. So we've done what we've needed to do in that regards. We go 2-0 up. It's all fun and games. I did like Martin Odegaard's goal because it was a goal we've become accustomed to. If you lot remember correctly, Zinchenko doing what Zinchenko does. He's picked it up off Gabriel in the second half. He's punched it into Martinelli. Xhaka's made a lovely run off the ball. And again, I don't really want to praise footballers for running off the ball. This is what you should be doing, innit? But it's lovely to see thinkers. People are not just waiting for things to happen. Even Martin Odegaard, who we're going to get onto, people. Martinelli's done well, really, because people are harassing him. He's played it to Xhaka. Xhaka's clipped it to Trossard. And again, to be honest, I'm actually doing Everton a favour because their back four is disjointed in all aspects of the game, really and truly, if I'm honest with you. If Odegaard doesn't get it, Martinelli would, really. And if we just jump ahead a bit, people, obviously by now, credit to Gabriel, Xhaka, Zinchenko, Martinelli up until this point, it's curtains once it's gone to Trossard. Martinelli's made the dart and run. All while that example I was saying to you lot about what's happened on the ball, off the ball, it's about what you do with this. The best footballers are the ones that make the difference off the boys. Yeah, you got to put the ball in the back of the net, but you've got to think. Odegaard's made the run, literally. While it's going on, he's made the run off the right-hand side. The ball's been delivered. He's tapped it into the back of the net, and he gets back to goal-scoring ways. 3-0, past the pad settings, whitewash settings, heads are dropping. We've done what we've needed to do against Everton. Great reward for us, people. And on another day, we probably could have scored about 7. We had a couple of half chances. Partey played one lovely ball to Eddie Nketiah. I'm sure Trossard would be disappointed with his half volley. Martinelli a couple in the first half. We could have done more, but it is what it is, people. We did what we needed to do. So that's us at 3-0. I did enjoy the I did enjoy Martinelli's second because similar things. It's a lovely bit of play. Partey's found Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah's found Zinchenko. Zinchenko's backed himself in possession, but again, man, are making the runs. If you can, again, Everton are completely disjointed. The play kind of ends up over here with Zinchenko. Eddie's made the run, and he's on the shoulder of someone. You know, Zinchenko, and most people wouldn't play that pass. Zinchenko does. He plays it to Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah gets an assist because Martinelli's back the brace, really. Again, make the ball do the movement. We've scored 4 very good goals. I'm happy for that. Everybody's involved, even down to Fabio Vieira. Again, Everton were disjointed. Ben Godfrey, I believe, is the nearest one to Fabio Vieira. Fabio Vieira is recognised, listen, I can't really be involved in this. Let me hold my space because my man, the right back's going to have to think about me. And then obviously you've got Eddie, you've got Zinchenko, you've got other players that can take advantage of that. That's what we need to do. And that's something I really like with these young players and something Mikel Arteta has installed at this club, even down to when he was working with the Duds when he first walked in. So 4 perfect goals, if I'm honest with you. Large up Gabriel, Saliba, Ramsdale, because when we scored 4 goals and the way we've scored them, the defenders them are not going to get the praise, but I think Gabriel and Saliba were on it. I also think Ramsdale, when called upon, deserved this clean sheet. Especially towards the end of the game. Naturally, they were going to frustrate us people. You know, it's a 4-5-1 settings from Everton. They're going to sit back. You know, our players are going to be a bit frustrated for the first couple of minutes in the game, people. You know, Saka, Martinelli, they're having to play it backwards. Xhaka, you know, we're having to go backwards because of the shape. But I did like 20 odd minutes in, you then started to see Trossard and Martinelli moving around a bit better. Xhaka obviously would pull out if Zinchenko's gone into midfield. Even Zinchenko's going up there. Granted, the same. Odegaard, I think, on reflection of watching the game, was in the holes as well. I did actually think Dwight McNeil, obviously they've lost 4-0, but I actually think he did all right against Bukayo Saka, trying to limit the touch, and obviously the left back up until a point. So we did have to be patient. We know you have to be patient to a slight degree, and that's something we're going to have to become accustomed to. But we did what we needed to do, people. I'm a happy man in that regards. What more can you say, really and truly? Statistically, Arsenal are the only team in the Premier League this season to have 2 players who have scored 10 plus league goals, people, with Saka and Martinelli. Lovely to see our young players. You know, when you look at it, Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard all scored 30 league goals between them this season. Odegaard has 9, Saka has 10, Martinelli has 11. So we're sharing out the goals. Arsenal averaged more possession, 73.3, and completed more passes, 652 versus Everton tonight, than in any other Premier League game so far this season. I mean, they presented it to us, really. Again, statistically, you know, when we win, we have to look at all these statistics. Smash the like button, people. Youngest player to have 50 goal involvements in the Premier League, Bukayo Saka, has now entered that list. When you've got Chris Sutton, Cesc Fabregas, Robbie Fowler, Wayne Rooney, and Michael Owen in the same bracket as you, you're doing all right in this thing, people, really and truly, which is it's lovely to see. What's this? So yeah, more statistics. Arsenal have scored 4 goals from just 5 shots on target tonight. Again, on another day, you want to see more shots and ask more questions of Pickford, but we was efficient and effective in both boxes. Something Mikel Arteta said we need to get back to. Martinelli has obviously scored 4 goals in his last 3 Premier League appearances, and he had 3 and 3 at a point, which is the first time in his career, people. Mikel Arteta's Arsenal scored more goals tonight, which was yesterday, 3, than they had managed in the previous 6 matches against teams coached by Sean Dyche. So we found a way to unlock that sort of system, really and truly, people. All 11 of Bukayo Saka's goals for Arsenal this season have either put us in the lead or been equalizers. I mean, how many ways do we need to see Bukayo Saka is clutch for this football team, people? And it's been over 2 years since Everton last scored 3 goals away from home in the Premier League. Well, not that that matters, really. Saka has 19 goal involvements in 22 Premier League appearances. Crazy. So we're doing what we need to do, people, and I think that's the first time now we've beaten Everton 100 times. In fact, Arsenal have now won 100 league games against Everton, the first team to reach that milestone against an opponent in English football history. Arsenal scored 4+ goals against Everton in a Premier League match for the 12th time, more than any side has done against another in the competition's history. Everton suffered their biggest Premier League defeat since the final day of last season, and that was a 5-1 loss against Arsenal at the Emirates, was it? Can't remember. Football moves quite ahead, people. And, you know, we ended the game with 15 shots, 4 goals, 5 shots on target, 74% of the ball to 26. We made 748 passes to Everton's 274. And all Everton were trying to do is just knock it long into the channels, win the first and second balls, be a physical problem and take it from there. We had 5 corners, they had 1, people, and that's probably the closest they got to us. That now puts us at 60 points, 10 more points, and we've confirmed Champions League qualification and all mathematically, in my opinion, despite the fact that we probably will be there. For Everton, 2 wins in the last 5, firmly 18th. Respectfully to Everton, just like Bournemouth, these kind of teams, we need to be taking 3 points off, really and truly. As I said, can we go unbeaten in what's left of March, at least until April against Anfield, against Liverpool at Anfield, where you don't quite know what that will throw up. Saka has become the 6th player in Premier League history to reach 50+ goals and assists in the comp once again. I'm never going to get bored of that. Saka and Martinelli have both scored their 10th league goals of the season. Saka had 11 last year. He's got 10 now. Keep going. I think Saka's got 9 assists in the Prem. Martinelli's got 3. So there's always improvements. Martinelli was quality. The only thing Martinelli needs to improve probably is decision making. But I think off the ball, he's one of the best players at Arsenal. He smells danger. He smells when to make that run, especially when him and Trossard, that developing partnership. Big up Trossard as well, because I did feel at a point in that first half, before the goals went in the second half, Trossard looked out, in my opinion, Trossard, Zinchenko probably looked 2 of our most likely to make something happen. So big up Trossard, the goals will come. I know he's feeling sorry for himself, could have scored against Everton, wrongly disallowed a lovely finish, in my opinion, last week against Leicester. Shout out to Ramsdale. Ramsdale's now kept 11 clean sheets in the Premier League this season. Only Nick Pope with 12 has kept more, people. 25 matches, 11 clean sheets for Ramsdale. Pope has 12 clean sheets in 23. Come on, Ramsdale, man. We can get that clean sheet record, man. Let's just pattern up. We need him in an ideal world. Saka, somehow, probably not, but somehow wins top goal scorer. Someone needs to win top goal scorer, top assister, or a clean sheet on top of the collective things we're going for this season. So large up Ramsdale for that. Arsenal scored more goals against Everton tonight, which is now 4 than they did in their previous 6 games. So we found the code to unlock them. Again, Saka goal, Zinchenko got an assist, Martinelli scored, Saka got an assist, Odegaard scored, Trossard got an assist, and Nketiah off the bench set up Martinelli. So it's lovely to see our front 4, and obviously, with exception to Eddie and Nketiah came off the bench, the front 4 players affecting the game. It would have been lovely if Fabio Vieira got on the score sheet. 3 of the 4 highest scoring players in Europe's top 5 leagues this season, aged 21 or younger, are contracted to Arsenal. Balogun's got 50, Martinelli with 11, Saka with 10. Well, that's now 11, isn't it? It's surely updated since then. Musiala with 11. So Musiala, come and join us at the carpet. You see what we're cooking out here. Balogun, keep doing what you're doing. Saka and Martinelli, it goes without saying, really and truly. Arsenal have named an unchanged 11 for the 12th time in the Premier League this season, equaling their most games without a single change in the competition, which you'd have to go back to 96, 97. Again, you do need to rotate. You do need to chop and change. You do need stability. And I think Arteta this year, because players have been fit and he's got players he trusts, we're able to play the same players and allow relationships to build. Whether you've just signed for the club like Trossard and Martinelli, ballers can always play with ballers, Zinchenko, etc., especially the back 5. There's an understanding there and there's ultimately stability. So we're doing what we need to do, really and truly. And big up Thomas Partey for his introduction off the bench as well. Balogun has scored more league goals than any under-21 player in Europe's top 5 divisions this season. Saka has provided more league assists than any under-21 player in Europe's top 5 divisions this season. So push the agendas. Lenders will do what we need to do. And shout out Zinchenko, my man's all over the place. You all know he's got license to roam. Him and Odegaard slightly, and I'd extend that to Xhaka. What a signing he's been, between him and Gabriel Jesus, along with Lisandro Martinez at United. They're 3 candidates for signing of the season. Where Arsenal's signing of the season is concerned, for a large part of the season, would have said Gabriel Jesus. Obviously, he's been injured. It might be a Zinchenko thing. Either way, it shows what you do when you sign Premier League experienced players and players that are really about this. Trossard, Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, they've all provided something, really. So let's keep it going, Eddie, where the transfers is concerned, people. So, yeah, man, we're doing what we need to do. I'm a happy man. I'm sure you guys and girls out there are happy. Please let me know what you think of, the game on reflection. Please let me know your thoughts on the vid. Smash the like button and all of those things. Check out the rest of the videos. Make sure you're subscribed and turn on your notifications and you're checking out the playlist. Most importantly, stay blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you lot in a bit.
There's always that active red flag, defending.
I think it's like